Do the majority of students who went on this trip support what John Sweeney did?
Oh, well, so I've spoken to different students who went on the trip, and there are a different amount of views on it, but one of the students made absolutely clear that she was not made aware of what happened. For us, this is a matter of student welfare. Students were lied to, they weren't able to give their consent, and now it's at risk all LSE's future research. So I think what John Sweeney said is not correct, and it's actually quite disingenuous to the students who made complaints.
Well, he says the majority of people knew, and what he didn't tell them the truth, he said, was that there was more than one person going. He also said that he didn't think it undermines the integrity of the LSE. Do you agree with that?
No, I don't. I mean, I think, to be honest, even if one student had made a complaint and said they felt their lives were at risk, that's enough for us, as it happened more than one student did. But again, as I mentioned, it's not just the students. Those students, they are a primary concern, but it's the LSE community as a whole. It's the academics, it's the students who do work, and not only North Korea, but other politically sensitive areas. And John Sweeney's put that at risk, and I think the fact that he can't admit to that, the fact that he's using arguments around free speech, is incredibly disingenuous, shows that he doesn't understand what he did was wrong. He's using this as a platform to self-aggrandise, and I think it's absolutely disgraceful that he put students in that position. It's incredibly reckless.
What could have happened to those students had this been rumbled by the North Korean authorities? Were they concerned about that? I mean, I suppose they could have been arrested, couldn't they?
Yeah, well, or worse. So I think 3 or 4 years ago, there were 2 American journalists who were found to be doing some undercover journalism, and they were sentenced to 9 years of hard labour. It was only when Bill Clinton flew out to Pyongyang that they were actually taken away. And obviously now we're in an entirely different geopolitical climate. All eyes are on North Korea. So if those students have been found now, I dread to think. The only thing out of this, I'm so grateful that we're not in a situation where we're having to see how we remove our students away from a detention camp in North Korea. It's absolutely disgraceful. And the point is, we don't know what could have happened to those students, and crucially, neither does the BBC. John Sweeney has no idea. They did risk assessments on the behalf of students without actually giving them all the information. No matter if they told the students when they were actually in Beijing or flying to Pyongyang, none of that was enough time to truly give those students informed consent. It's disgraceful.
Do you think the BBC should pull this programme tomorrow night?
Yes, absolutely, absolutely. I think students deserve that programme to be pulled, and students deserve a full apology.